What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? No, he doesn't even know what it's called. What's it called? What's it called?
What's up, sleepers? Y'all ready to lay down?
That's right. Turn it up, swing it around, pop it up,
Yeah.
drop it low.
Because it's about to get real fucking quiet, man.
We're about to hush.
Yeah, man.
We're trying out catchphrases.
That's right.
And it's not going good.
We're about to hush. That's right. It's time for What's It Called, so get ready to shush. It's time to lay down.
It's time to lay down.
We're going to fucking lay down. We're going to shush. We're going to hush, you know? We got a little bit of quiet for your soul coming.
Ooh, let me tell you this. I was in San Francisco.
Oh, my God, dude.
And I was walking down the street. Like, there's a big Christmas tree, the part of town where they put their biggest tree.
Uh-huh.
And I was just whistling a tune and listening to Christmas music, and one of my AirPods popped out of my ears, and one of them fell in a sewer like 100 feet down.
Holy
into
shit,
a pile
dude.
of shit.
Oh, my God, dude.
And I just had to.
And I met 4 turtles. I went down there, and I met. You're not gonna fucking believe this, Dave. There's this old rat. Anyway,
but I've never been like AirPods are in my opinion, they're the best Apple product of all time. They are so good. I didn't even hear all the sounds in movies until I watched one with them. I just love them. They're so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
And I jumped to the ground.
Whoa.
And I was able to save one of them from falling in the sewer. But like,
wow.
I would have jumped in front of a car. Like I was such a piece of shit millennial. I cut my hands. I was like, oh!
And I've seen you let a car hit your mother.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she is holding my pods. Gotta tell her.
At least they'll be okay.
Gotta let her know. But oh man, and so I just couldn't listen to music or podcast. I'm not gonna listen to my phone without headphones, like a piece of shit. You know those people.
Oh my God, dude.
They're the worst people alive. You can afford an iPhone. Headphones are $2. So, but I was just like, I got to get a replacement AirPod, and I just had silence. I was just walking down the street.
Wow.
No music, no podcast, just with my thoughts from high school in my head. And
Your thoughts from high school.
That always comes up where you're like, oh, why'd I say that?
Oh, I see.
Why'd I say that in 2005?
I thought you meant like, man, Michelle was hot.
Oh no, I hated her. I hated Michelle.
Just the things you thought in high school, not things you had done in high school.
Oh, it's just whenever you're not planning to have a thought day and it just foisted on you.
Oh,
you know?
certainly.
Like if you meditate or plan it out or it's journaling time, but we're just walking around San Francisco with your thoughts, isn't it the worst?
Duh.
What a nightmare.
San Francisco is also like low key kind of a shitty place. You know what I mean?
Bad.
Yeah.
Quite
well,
bad.
Now it's really bad because it's just so drowned in tech and all the art's gone. But even before, I remember it being like it's an art mecca. There's so much great music.
Mm-hmm.
And also I had so many – it was hard to notice because I had so many friends there. There's so many – the comedy scene was so great.
Great scene, yeah.
We had like a lot of great venues. The fucking Lost Weekend Video was run by the dude – Adam from Jawbreaker, who's a great guy. And did you ever do that place?
No.
The Cinecave. It was in the basement of a VHS store.
See, that's the thing. Everything in San Francisco that was good is gone now.
Yeah, but
everywhere that the purple. Remember the purple before the purple onion was this. It was
right.
Oh, right here. Oh,
it's
like
all gone.
You just missed everything.
But even when all that was around, I don't know, man. It's like it's weird. Like I always had a sneaking feeling. Even when, like, I can't stress enough, even during the times I was there, where that was there, and The Dark Room, and fucking The Business, which was such a great show run by Chris Garcia and Alex Cole and Sean Keane and Bucky Sinister. It was all great. Even then, I would walk around the city and I'd be like, I think everybody here is really sad. You talk to people and they're like, oh, have you heard The Secret? You know what I mean? Like, I always felt like everybody knew way more about music than me. Like, have you heard the Secret Green Day album that no one's heard but me? It feels like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did you know that there's a type of saxophone only I can hear? Like shit like It just felt like that. And even the people that were a part of this like vibrant culture, it just felt like everything that came out of their mouth was just code for I want to fucking kill myself.
Oh, it's wild. Everyone I talk to is like that too. They're all young, rich, and sad.
Yeah.
And very cultured.
Very
And
cultured.
then
Yeah.
There's tons of old, poor people.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Back in my day, the old people had money.
Yes.
And in San Francisco, it's like
Holy shit.
it's a bunch of youngins with hoodies on with $1 million.
Right.
And then there's old people who are like, can you spare some change?
Totally. There's also this rare type of middle-aged person in San Francisco that I see who's like moved there when it cost like $1 for an apartment, and then somehow the landlord is like an idiot and never raised the rent since 1971. And there's just like there's this occasional there's like 1% of the population of the Mission and like the Haight and stuff are those people that like never left. They moved there to drink when they were 19 and they never left. And they're like, I have a 4-bedroom apartment and the rent is 15 cents and I don't have any roommates and I don't have a job and I still just get wasted every day and talk to people about music, and that's my entire life.
Well, that's what happens. And then a young fascist with an app kicks them out.
Totally.
With an army.
And raises the rent from 15 cents to $15 billion.
And then they're just in the street and they're like, oh, my apartment's a WeWork now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I invented an app where someone will kick homeless people for you. Where you log on, and if you're too busy to oppress people, then a fucking teenager will do it. And you can tip in the app.
Dude, on the way to the club, like literally the club cheaper than therapy. Great club. Go check it out if you're in San Francisco. We're walking there. I'm walking with the owner, John, and there's a guy peeing like on, you know those signs you put on a sidewalk that are like comedy tonight and hamburgers $9. The guy's just peeing right like on the sign in front of the club.
Wow.
And it was the most like, oh, here's comedy. Here's your name and lights and a guy peeing on it.
Yeah.
And then so John goes, hey, man, you can't pee there. And the guy goes, oh, okay. Like he was like, oh, my bad.
It's your feature.
It was
Shane Torres.
Claire Lutfi's husband.
Oh man, Mr. Lutfi.
Mr. Lutfi did it. He was peeing all over. That would, if you're ever, if I ever just happen to be in a town, I'm like, oh my god, look, that's my friend headlining a club. I'm going to go pee.
Dude, we should 100% do that. I wish that I had lied to you about coming to your half-hour taping in New York. Been like, bought a ticket to go to it and been like, oh, I'm not going to be there. And then when you get there, I'm just fucking peeing on the front door. I'm writing my name. I'm like peeing my name on the door.
That is how I would like now that my next special it will open with you peeing on my name in lights from like some scaffolding.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And you're like, hey, Dave. And I'm just like, fuck you, dude.
And then I walk on stage.
And then you walk in.
That's the cold
Give it up for Caleb Sinan. And then I'm in the crowd booing you. You like release a special where you have like a really hard time dealing with the amount of heckling your business partner is giving you.
Honestly, it's really funny
I
to have
agree.
a special taping that it goes worse than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
I get booed a lot. I still release it. I get heckled constantly.
It like really objectively sucks. The mic cuts out. The lights go out. Like the crowd fucking hates you.
Oh,
you bomb
man.
miserably. Yeah.
Now I know because remember we did the thing where I did the one joke special.
Yeah.
And you died in the crowd.
Yeah.
I need to do one where it's like it goes so bad I quit.
We should put the link up for that. Caleb made this sketch.
Oh, and Dave's in it.
Years ago. That was so good. But what was especially good about it was just a 3-minute sketch where Caleb, I'm not going to give it away, but Caleb does only one joke in it. He got Comedy Central to promote it, to call the video Caleb Sinan's first hour special.
Yeah.
And then they promoted it as Caleb Sinan's first hour special, and it was part of it that was great was that like you absolutely knew who didn't watch it because so many people were like, "Hey, congratulations!" man."
Still, I have still had people introduce me for years. I got on stage, people were like, "Has a great hour
wow.
special on Comedy Central.
on, dude.
You got to check it out." And just make big lies. Like hosts love just lie, and I
Yeah.
would be like, "Oh yeah," like, and I would see how long they would do it. They're like, "Oh, it was great. My mom loved it too."
Oh, really?
And I was like, "Oh
Did
yeah,
they?
really?"
Huh.
And they were
What
like,
was your favorite part?
"Yeah." They'd be like, "Oh, so much was good." It was so cool seeing you work on those jokes for years and seeing it come together, and you could
People
tell.
said shit like that too.
Yes, because people
Oh
just are
my
so
God.
used to lying and kind of vague lies that you would just tell a comedian. It was so funny,
Wow, dude.
dude. Years.
Wow.
I remember, I think it was Tom Takar who was like, "Dude, I'll play some of it. I'm hosting the show on Comedy Central's channel on XM. I can play some of your special."
No
and I was
way.
I was like, "That sounds great."
Just watch a little bit of it and tell 'em and yeah, pick a joke.
Yeah, and it's like, "Oh, I've seen it like 3 times." And you're just like, "Yeah,
Come
yeah."
on, dude.
No, well, his didn't go that far, but he did say that. But it's like, it's just funny because who has
Yeah,
time?
yeah.
No one has time to watch all the things. But
Damn, that's great.
I love it.
There was a show. I did a show years ago now, where this comic who I haven't seen around in a long time, but he's always nice to me. But I'll never forget this, dude. I was supposed to go first. It was a show by LAX, and it was a great show. It was at this bar that had a separate room that was packed with people, and I got there early because I knew I was going first. And I don't remember if I was going first because that's just how it went or if I had to leave or something, but I do remember it being like I was going early for some reason.
Yeah.
And the host wasn't there yet when the show was supposed to start, and then like 15 minutes went by and the show hadn't started. And the guy like needed to start the show or something. I don't really remember. But anyway, he was like, "Okay, here's what I think we'll do. I'm going to go up and say, like, shut your phones off and stuff, and I'll bring you up, and then you'll cold open the show, and then he's like 5 minutes away. He'll get here during your set. You bring him up, and then he hosts the rest of the show."
Wow.
And you know what's funny is it was one of the first times in comedy, first of all, that I remember really standing up for myself. I was like, "Hey, man, I'm just going to tell you that I'm not going to do that." And he was like, "What? Really?" And I was like, "Dude, yeah, I'm not going to cold open the show with no – I'm just not going to do that." And he was like, "But I think it's what we have to do." And I was like, "Well, I won't go up then, and I'll go home." But like,
Wow.
if you want me to host the show, I'll host, and you can pay me more, or I'll do a set. But I'm not going to do that.
Wow. Dude, that's so funny because sometimes I forget. Like, I'm still used to like jobs where it's
Yeah.
like the man. It's I gotta do what the boss says,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you forget in comedy there's no boss,
Right.
and you
Well-
just say no.
Well, also in general, it's so hard to get stage time and stuff, and we're all trying to make it work, and we're all friends. So you get really in the habit of going with the flow and doing whatever, and you know, people fuck stuff up or like move you around, and you just like don't want to be a diva. And I didn't say the entirety of what I didn't go on a long tirade, and I wasn't stern with him, but I remember being like, "I'm not going to do that." And he was like,
Wow.
"Really?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'll host or I'll do a set, but I'm not going to do that." And he was like, "Shit, all right." And
Wow, you see the
but-
Matrix now.
you know,
Dope.
and I very rarely feel that way, but every now and then something happens where I'm like, "Oh no, this is disrespectful," and I'm just not going to let that happen to me. Whereas, like, I think that there are a ton of things that we endure that are technically disrespectful, but you have to go along with it.
Yeah,
And that's why he was comfortable offering it. It's no dig on him. I know the guy. He's great. I still think he's great. But yeah. So anyway, I did that, and he had already told the host who was showing up late that that's what we were going to do. And then, like, I guess didn't tell him. So I was standing in front smoking a cigarette, and the show hadn't started. And the host walked up in front and points to me and goes, "Hey, man, great set." And I was like, "Thanks, dude." And then he went inside, and then he came back out, and he goes, "Well, the show hasn't started." And I was like, "Nope." And he was like,
Oh, that's what a nightmare.
I know. I know. Luckily, he was funny about it. He was like, "Yeah, I totally lied," and I was like, "You sure did." And he was
Yep.
like, "I don't know."
I lie sometimes. That'd be a good T-shirt.
Yeah.
I lie sometimes.
I lie sometimes.
Hey, great set. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, you really got him. You really warmed him up. What else do you... A lot of new stuff. There.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's not. The thing is that I don't hate him for it. It's not like.
No, yeah. It's a
I
nice
definitely
thing.
try to not do that lie. I definitely have done it far in the past. I want to say I haven't done it recently, but I might have.
Yeah, well, life without lies is just making it harder, you know? You need some lies to keep from... some lies are like clothes. You know, it's not wrong to have a penis, but you should cover it up all day long.
Oh, wow. Funny.
You know?
I actually try so hard to be honest about this specific thing that it's kind of annoying sometimes. Like something I found myself saying a bunch recently at Good Heroin is someone will walk off stage and I'll say, "Hey, great set." And they're like, "Oh, thanks." And then I'll be like, "I didn't see the whole thing." And then they're like, "All right."
And I don't like your comedy.
Yeah, like, and they're like, "All right." And then I'll have to literally say, like, I watched the end of it. I didn't see the beginning. I just didn't want to be a liar. And they were like, "All right."
Yeah.
And if I had just said great set and none of the rest of that, everyone would have been happy. It would have been fine.
Yeah. But I mean, when you're a comedian, it's like even if it was bad, I don't want someone to go, "Bad set." That's mean. That's worse than a lie to go, "Bad set."
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what to do. You're supposed to. I mean,
Seems like you had fun.
it's like saying hello or good morning. It's like,
I don't like you.
Yeah.
Instead of hello.
You can't be liar all day. And
Yeah,
just be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Not a fan of your comedy. Booked you because I don't know. I thought I was supposed to. I don't know.
In my mind, I think of you a lot like a cop. I'm scared when I'm around you, and just like really.
Your comedy gets a little worse each year. I've noticed. A little worse.
Yeah.
Still okay. But
You were pretty good 5 years ago when you were putting a lot of effort into it, but I'm not really feeling that way lately. Not for a while.
you haven't been the same. I think you had a major problem mentally in 2017. It hasn't improved.
You had some sort of manic break and really affected, everything positive that you were bringing to the table. I don't like talking to you off stage, and I don't really like your jokes.
A lot of times when I go to a party, I don't go because I think you'll be there. And they're just like, "Just say good set."
Yeah, god damn, dude.
Oh, no,
man.
I hate honest. New honest.
You're new honest Caleb.
Honest Caleb's the worst.
It's also like we're saying things that we subconsciously have thought. Like we obviously are saying these things because they've entered our brains. And so I really hope that no one listening right now is being driven wild by it, because I know if I were listening to us, to two comics say what we just said, I would fully spiral, and worry it was me. So I just want you to know it's not you.
No. These
But it
are
is
about
someone.
nobody. Well, also, if you're a comedian and you're listening to other comedians' podcasts, which is good, I do it. We all do it. But when you're doing that, you are putting your ear to the door
That's
at
true.
a sleepover.
That's true.
And which is your right to eavesdrop, because I enjoy eavesdropping. It's one of my favorite things. Eavesdropping and gossiping are very, very fun. They make life worth living.
Yeah.
But if you hear something like, there's a podcast where it's like, "That's about me.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. What did I expect? I am listening to this podcast."
That's a good point.
I listened to it hoping they would talk about me.
Luckily, though, whenever I'm talking shit, like whenever I'm subtweeting about another comedian, it's fucking always Wanda Sykes. I'm fucking sick of her, dude.
Your beef with Wanda Sykes.
Dude, it knows no bounds.
And I'm just imagining her with like gigantic headphones listening right now, and she's
You
like,
motherfucker.
Yeah. She's like
screaming,
running down here with that lady that
she
hates
is
Larry
a puppet on the phone, just scream, just fuck. I learned about her from Crank Yankers, so I always think about her as Crank Yankers.
I would love to open the door and it's her and Jeff Garland's wife in Curb Your Enthusiasm. And as
Just
soon as we
shaking her
open the
head.
door, she's just like, "What the fuck,
What
Dave?"
the fuck, Dave?
And Wanda's like, what the fuck?
For the record, I've never met Wanda, and I really want to because she's perhaps my favorite comedian.
She's the best.
So Wanda, if you're listening, I didn't
we
mean
love you,
it.
Wanda.
I love you.
You're the greatest. You fill our hearts with joy.
I actually do feel that way.
Yeah, she's the best.
So she'll put out a special once every million years, and it's the greatest comedy special
She's
of
so
all
good.
time. It's not fair.
Yeah, she's just pure comedy.
Well,
Like
some
she
people,
is comedy.
she's got this extra thing, like some people are like there are very few comedians that are really great writers and really great performers that have a unique voice and something to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's rare. But then how many of those people have like a really weird voice and look like Wanda Sykes?
Right. She has the funniest voice. She has the funniest face.
Yeah.
She walks out to the crowd funny. She
She's
takes
just, like,
the mic
already
out
funny.
to stand funny.
She so many people it's wild.
Someone's really great when they come out and everyone's clapping and the comedian, all they do is say, "Sit down."
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're
Shut
crushing
up.
when they say, "Sit down."
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that bit on her last special about how the Bachelor gives them all a rose, and she's like, "Why do that? Why not just have them all sit on a stool and come out there and put your dick to the top of the head you like the best?" And then she has the Bachelor walking out there, and all the ladies like they're sitting on the stool.
Oh my god.
She sits on the stool, and then the dick is the mic, and she
Ugh.
finally hits the top of the head, and she's like,
She's
"Oh, it's one of the funny.
she's so
she's
funny.
just great."
yeah, but fuck her though.
Yeah,
Trash.
go to hell, Wanda Sykes.
Man. I do like these like vague subtweets of the idea of like comedians getting worse. I
Yeah.
do like that.
Well, some comedians, there's three options. You get a little better each year.
Mm-hmm.
You stay the same.
Get a
You
little
get
worse.
a little worse.
Yeah.
Athletes have it, and everything has it.
Well, I'll say there's a fourth category too. There are multiple versions of getting better every year, and I would actually say that I'm a type of comedian who I'll bet you to some people it seemed like I got worse some years,
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes
and
you
I'll
have a
bet you that's the
rebuilding
case
year.
with anybody who's really working on it, because like stand-up comedy is so many things,
Yeah.
and I really mean this. Like I really mean that. I don't want to dig on myself, and I don't want this to be true. But I had some really rough years where I bombed a lot, man. 2013, I bombed the whole fucking year, dude. Whole year. Up
Really?
until, I would say up until November. Well, there were some
What happened?
blips. I just like...
Was that when you did that guitar thing? You
yeah.
remember that year you played a guitar?
It was the racist year. And I couldn't
had
get
that
any
racist guitar.
I had that, yeah.
Dude,
Well, that was the thing about my musical comedy. It was super xenophobic. All the songs I wrote were just like, everyone's like, why does he hate the Polish? And why is every song about Poland?
everybody was just so confused.
I had all this regular stand-up material, but then when I wrote songs, it was all about Polish people.
Right, and it was just like, what is the beef with Poland? I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a tough year.
Yeah, and no one liked my song "Fuck Pierogies." Yeah, dude, and fuck pierogies.
That's not gonna be on the new catchphrase list.
More Warsaw, more like war sucks. No one liked that song. You know, but yeah, I do think that and this happened to me. I've had the thought watching a comedian that I loved, and then I see there's somebody that I see around a lot, and so I see them at mics and shows, and they're just bombing and not doing well, and I'm like, fuck, man, what happened? They're not putting their back into it. They're not. It seems like they're not trying as hard. They're phoning it in, whatever the fuck it feels like. And then a year or two later, they start killing it again. I think I've been that guy.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I guess I'm saying don't worry about it if you're hearing us say this. But also, there are people that happens to, which is weird.
Yeah, and then some people you're like, well, that wasn't good, and then you see them again, you go, that wasn't good either. And after the third time it's bad, you're like, will they ever be good? And then some people get good again, you're like, oh, thank God. But yeah, some people go through lulls. It just happens.
I dip down and I like it. Oh yeah, it's because I was saying stand-up comedy is so many fucking things, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So many elements to learn. And so what happens to me, and specifically what happened to me, is I really felt like I figured out whatever the first level of it was. But I'm like much more of a performer than I am a writer. And that's actually changing. I think that I'm finally starting to feel like a writer's comedian. But I have a lot more of propensity for performing. Like what's the term? I have like some innate performing abilities, and writing comes slower to me.
Right.
So,
and off mic, you were telling me earlier that you're the best. You're like the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
You were saying that right before we started recording. You said that you're the greatest.
Do you remember that? That's so funny. Do you remember that? Yeah. And you can say, and you were saying that every other comedian can eat your dust. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
I haven't heard eat
They
my
can
dust
suck your vapors
in like 25 years.
Yeah. Yeah, you want all the rest of the stand-up comedians in the world to live under your foot. That's what you said. You said Andy Kindler's a piece of shit.
You told me you wrote all of Dave Chappelle's last special.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, you told me that you wrote all of it, and that you think Dave Chappelle is a shitty.
Even the riffs. You said you wrote the riffs.
He's a shitty comic. The only good thing about Dave Chappelle is his politics. That's
His politics
Remember when
and
you-
his necklace with his initials on
yeah,
it.
and his big shirts. You like his big shirts. You remember that, you fucking piece of garbage? Why don't you suck my dick, Dave?
Oh, why are
Man.
the shirts so big?
You wear stupid clothes. Why are his shirts so fucking big, man?
They're long. Like, they go down
long and big, dude.
I
Which
don't
is what
get
they
it.
say about my dick. His shirts are long and big like my dick is.
If your next album is called Long and Big, I mean, you're allowed to call your album Long
whatever
and
you
Big.
want, you are long and
And
big.
you're just like making that face?
extremely long and incredibly big.
Welcome to What's It Called,
What's
everybody.
it called? Hello. You're here. You made it. We made
we
it.
love you.
Oh,
Lay
God.
down with us.
Lay
Fuck Wanda
down.
Sykes. Swing it around.
We're glad that y'all sleepers are here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been but a week for you, but we banked a bunch, and this is our first time recording together in like 3 weeks. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah,
Missed it.
yeah. Thanksgiving was fun. It's January now. If you're listening to this, probably right.
Yeah,
January.
it is. It's I guess.
isn't
Yeah,
that
it's
crazy?
January.
What a good year it's gonna be.
Happy New Year! It's
Happy
the
New
New Year
Year.
episode.
Yeah, it's look at us. All your resolutions have already got done.
Totally.
You got your presents that you dislike returned. You got the ones you liked, and you're incorporating them into your daily routine, hopefully.
Yeah,
And
you got that bike you asked your dad for?
yes, you've already gained and lost all the holiday weight, so you're
Yeah.
right back to where you were.
Congratulations on eating all that turkey and then pooping it all.
And look, I know if someone in your family made a bad ham. We all know it.
Yeah,
Someone
dude.
makes a bad ham in every family, and we all eat it and go, and it's not good.
Totally.
I don't know what it is.
There's also that weird dish.
Yeah.
Like someone makes a bowl of wet pink leaves. you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, what is that?
What is that
no one
shit?
wants it. Hey, boy. There's no, they're never singing. Bing Crosby's never singing about those wet pink leaves.
I'm dreaming of some wet pink leaves
and some
all the
cold yellow mush
juice.
There's always a cold yellow casserole,
Yes.
and I'm like, was it hot ever?
Yes.
You took it right out of the oven, cold
Yeah.
and yellow with beans.
It's also like, yeah, I brought a macaroni casserole, and then you look at it, and the top is burned. And it's like, why don't you just make macaroni? What the fuck is this shit? Why?
Hey, you know, you like macaroni and cheese? What if we threw cold cucumbers in it?
Yeah, totally.
Why would you do that?
It just
Yeah,
do
with
the
him.
hits, man. When I go
Yeah.
see Limp Bizkit, I want to hear Rollin'. You know what I mean? I want to hear Rollin'. I want to hear Break Stuff. I want to hear Faith.
Right.
Fucking. So Thanksgiving is the same way, dude.
Right.
Turkey, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, gravy,
Pumpkin pie.
done.
Sweet potato pie.
And then fucking, yeah. I feel like green beans, sure. Those go in there. But we don't really need variations.
No, and let me just tell you something. If you made the green beans, get ready for your feelings to get hurt. They're just not going to be eaten at the same rate.
It's not the star of the show.
And they don't get sung about.
Yeah.
They don't get sung about. It's only so there's something green there.
To
And
continue my metaphor before, when Limp Bizkit and Korn would go on tour, the green beans, that's stained, okay? It's been a while since I ate green beans, okay?
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, I've got a lot of new metal in my brain. It's just rattling around up there. I know a lot about it.
I just would love for you to write a really serious book, a very serious book. And the first line is, "It's been a while since I ate green beans."
Yeah, it's a book about new metal and green beans.
And then, like, on the cover, I always love the jacket cover where the author has their glasses off and they're like, they're like thinking with them. That's
right.
all, you got to do
yeah,
that.
and it's a very
Yeah, they put it in their mouth all, and you're like, what is this? You're trying to turn me on?
yeah.
Why are your glasses in your mouth?
Why was it stained? Was it stained by green beans? It's just like, why is this book about these two? I know I'm going to write a book about new metal, and it's called "When Does the New Metal Become Old Metal?"
That sounds like George Carlin.
Yeah.
Oh, new metal. Suck my dick.
Suck my dick, new metal. Man, he was a genius, huh?
Yeah.
He was. But there's so much of George Carlin's material that is so rooted. Like, you need to have lived in the suburbs in the 90s. So many of his jokes are just like, blame the neighbor. And it's in the yard. You know what I mean? You put it in the guest bedroom. Like, god damn, dude. I can't afford a home.
Yeah. Yeah, it just doesn't. A lot of it just doesn't. You're like, damn. Like, sometimes he's so mad, and you're like, I don't think you could actually be this mad
Yeah, exactly.
about this thing. He's like, fuck Mother Teresa with a big rubber dick. And I'm like, whoa. What'd she do?
He does have a lot of jokes like that.
Yeah.
They're like,
Just,
bet you the Dalai Lama's never sucked a cock.
Like, I agree. I don't know. If he has, I don't really care. What the fuck, George?
Yeah, he's like smart AC/DC. I believe in socialism, and I'm made of lightning. I got big balls.
Oh, man.
And
That
also help each other.
boy, that Big Balls song. What the fuck?
They were so wow. They really did it. That was a really impressive song they wrote. If you don't know what we're talking about,
Yeah, AC/DC has a song about balls.
look it up. It's called Big Balls. It's by AC/DC. It's on one of the.
boy.
It's on one of the one of the albums.
One of those albums.
That's
that-
called like motorcycle gas or whatever. You know what I mean? All
All right,
their
let's see. Big Balls.
Satan's guns.
All right.
I've got big balls, and
Well-
we've got big balls.
Well, I'm rather upper class, high society. God's gift to ballroom notoriety. The fuck?
It's a whole pun.
I always fill my ballroom.
Yes.
The event is never small. The
About
social
ball-
pages say I've got the biggest balls of all. I've got big balls. I've got big balls. They're such big balls, and they're dirty big balls. So it's just a.
It's an entire pun about how he's rich and throws balls, but then he gets to say, "I've got big balls." And I remember being 13 and being like, "This is incredible." But I can't relate to being a grown up and that coming out and being like, "This is awesome." And I feel the same. I feel that way about that entire generation of music. And it just must be a perspective thing, right? Like before then, no one was saying like, my guitar is a gun made of lightning. And so
Right.
everyone's like, yeah. Just like fucking how Dennis Leary, his most famous comedy thing is that song, I'm an Asshole.
Right. Right.
Like, if a comedian released that song now, I'd be like, that hack loser needs to
Right.
be shot.
Yes.
And, but like it made him famous.
Right.
And I just think it must have been like that type of edgy, childish bullshit wasn't being done. So adults were like, yay, it's art.
I don't think anyone had heard the word asshole sung before. It was like such a, you know how Don Rickles came out and they were like, there's a man being rude on the radio.
Right.
Like they hadn't heard
Right.
someone be rude in public.
Right. Wow.
It was so mind-blowing to
Right.
everybody.
And no one would say, I'm an asshole. I think is really what it was. It was like, you're an asshole. If he wrote a song called You're an Asshole, no one would have cared. But he was like, I'm an asshole. And that's what that whole generation of content was. It was a bunch of people, AC/DC and Dennis Leary, and like I'm not remembering who else, but it was a whole culture of like, I'm an asshole. I'll punch you in the face. I have flames on my car.
Right.
And I collect and I own a bunch of swords, and I'll fucking kill you for no reason. And that's just the culture that I think is
Right.
good. And everyone was like, yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, it was so bad. I mean, back
I
then.
mean,
Yeah, I smoke and I flick cigarettes at losers.
I'm going to be mean to you. Yeah.
Yeah, mean was so cool.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't understand it. It's just not
Was
cool.
it a Reagan?
Nobody wants you to be an asshole to them. Was it a Reagan thing?
Every time I don't know why something's bad, I look it up and it says it's Reagan. I'm like, damn, even things before him and after him. Like, he did a lot.
Bad actor.
People are like, that's actually what he did with the MPAA, and you're like, oh God, I didn't know
right.
there was a reason. I was just wondering.
No, truly.
No, after the fucking Reagan repealed the shit with death penalty. It's always something FDR did that Reagan undid, and they go, that's why.
And Republicans still just idolize that motherfucker.
Well, he had a great hair for an old guy, and that really goes a long way with people whose brains are just disintegrating in their head.
He also like for whatever reason took me a second for that one to hit me.
Well, they vote so much. Like when you're 65 plus, all you know is I gotta vote, and I don't like what my grandkids are saying, and I don't remember a lot of my life.
right.
But you vote. They vote their ass off. And boy, they wanted Reagan to fuck him. They love that guy.
That's true.
They have paintings of him
Wow, that's true.
standing on a tank with a gun in his hand, like
Yeah.
riding a horse on top of the tank. You're like, God damn.
Wow.
Was he that great?
Yeah.
Yeah, they really like that guy.
My theory is that he openly, constantly talked about God.
Right.
I think that's-
I woke up this morning on my knees in prayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Just made all their hearts melt. They couldn't get enough.
I'm just feel so the United States is blessed for these missiles we just finished making.
The good Lord blessed us with 300 Tomahawk missiles this year.
I will say this about, and maybe you have some insight into this as someone who believes in God
Mm-hmm.
and grew up in a Christian household. Would you say you're Christian, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Christians are like, I don't like labels. And it's like, what, are you trying to be cool? There's nothing cool about believing in God.
Right, you just do.
There's nothing cool about being a Christian.
Right.
It's not cool. People always keep trying to rebrand it. Oh, I'm like it's not
right,
cool. You can't just
Yeah.
get out of it, but yeah.
right. Wow.
It's like
I'm
being
a
sober.
neon Christian.
I think being sober is cool.
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm sober, but sober with a Z. I'm sober.
I'm sick of it. Like, you got to accept that Max, the coolest person, has 2-3 cool things about him.
Yeah.
Not everything about you gets to be cool. Okay?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, okay, so there's this contradiction in terms inside of Christianity that
Mhm.
has always bugged me that I've never got an answer to. And it's that people always say, like, when something good happens to them, to their team, and that team could be a football team, it could be America, it could be the human race, it could be whatever. You know, like, we won this battle, for example. God has blessed us, right? People also say, those same people also say God blesses everyone.
Right, right.
So, like, if the latter is true, why would God intervene in helping your team win?
Right. I've
Like,
always thought that God is not, like, okay, so in the theory that God has created the universe and is the universe and is everything and love and all that.
He probably doesn't care if the Packers win.
Absolutely. And why would he intervene
Right.
correcting his creation constantly at the whims of his creation? So that's never really made sense to me, that it's like God already made all the football players. He already was there, gave them the drive and talent they have and the DNA.
Do people not know
and
that?
then at the last second he goes, "Oh, never mind." And then he like moves the ball.
Yeah.
Like what? I can't get behind thinking
Just
that.
in general, I can't understand it. Like, and if you take it, the worst example is war.
Right.
Where, like, you know, let's say we find out there's like I don't know, there's like some country that's attacking us and we bomb them, and then it's like, well, God was on our side. It's like, well, I thought that you said that God created and loves everyone. Why would he be like, yeah, kill them though? They can die so I can help you.
Right.
So you're saying that, like, if the people that don't believe in God, God forsakes them? I thought that you said that Jesus loves everyone. I just don't understand it. And
right. Yeah,
and I
it's a
realize
very-
that I'm saying a thing that atheists are like, gotcha Christians. But I don't mean to do that. I just mean, like, it's something I've been really thinking about lately. Like, I think because I was watching a football game. I was watching a hilarious football game on either Thanksgiving or the day after. Did you see the Florida State play Florida?
No.
It was one of the funniest football games
What
I've ever
happened?
seen. Well, so first of all, SEC football is hilarious because it's too important to them. Everybody who plays college football is between the ages of 17 and 22.
Yeah. Ugh.
And
Gross.
exactly, it's already fucking weird. And they put so much investment in it. Like, hundreds of thousands of people watch these games either in person or on TV and are very invested the way that people are in professional sports. And they're, like, screaming and into it. And that trickles down to the players, to where these games are really important to the players because they're told how important they are. And so the rivalries inside of SEC games are, like, violent and, like, volatile.
Crazy.
There was a fist fight between players on the Gators and on Florida State on the field before the game started.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. It's like they always go, the South will rise again. I'm like, not with the SEC.
No, dude.
No way.
But then also both teams suck this year. They, like, really fucking suck. And the Gators starting quarterback sucks, and he threw, I'm not even fucking kidding you, in this, like, Thanksgiving Day rivalry game, threw 3 interceptions in the first half, and there's just a hilarious amount of mistakes to make. And so there's, like, fistfights on the field, and no one knows what they're doing. It's like,
oh, man.
they pick up a fumble, and then he immediately throws an interception. And so, like, no one's scoring, and there's all these turnovers, and everyone's bad. And then at one point, one of the Florida State players pushes someone on Florida, and that guy, they have their helmets on camera in front of a ref, turns around and just fucking punches the guy right in the face.
What? How did I miss this?
And then the ref, he's like, blows the whistle, and there's a flag, but because the guy pushed him, then he punched the guy back. That was 2 calls of necessary roughness on both teams, and they canceled each other out. And I'm watching with my family, and we're like, cancel each other out. Like, how are these 2 guys not both kicked out of the fucking game? It was, like, so much fun to watch the game. It was a hilarious, stupid, like, just, like, base, violent, needlessly frustrated
and
game.
part of God's plan.
Yeah, and then when
God decided not to bless either team.
yeah, Well, but then after the game, there was some post-game interview where I think Florida State won. I don't really remember. Maybe Florida won. I'm not sure. But the coach was like, God blessed us. And I was like, first of all, no, he didn't. You both suck, and you have like injuries, and it's wrong how you acted, and you should be censured by God and honestly excommunicated from your religion for acting this way, encouraging children to be violent. It's like
so
not okay.
funny.
But
That's so
also he blessed you. But then you do know that you winning means the other team loses, and so what you're telling me is that you believe that in the Christian faith, it's good to be a Florida Gator, and it is against God to go to Florida State. And like that's what you think. You think he blessed, God is on our side for we won, so he hates Florida State. That's dumb.
There's a whole movie that is very popular, a very Christian movie called Facing the Giants. I don't know if you've seen it, but it was very popular in youth groups. It was a movie made by a church. So it is like a crazy, and it's like, the plot of it is God helps this team. The Christian team, they believe hard, and it's just like,
that's crazy.
I just don't like that concept of God is so bizarre to me. Like, I love Paul F. Tompkins' bit where he goes, you ever meet somebody who goes, I don't think God is a white man in the sky with a big long beard, and he goes, nobody does. But some people do.
Some
people really do.
Yeah.
That bit is funny. Most people don't believe that, but some people really do, and they're just like they look up in the sky and they ask the beard god, make me kick hard and far. And it's just like, I just can't.
Who has the stand-up bit that's like, what's an equally dumb thing to say as God is a man is God is a woman?
Right.
Someone has a great bit about that, and I'm forgetting who. But
well, I'm like, so God's a woman who didn't answer their. What are you talking about?
Who like forced what's his name to like kill his kids?
Right.
Who did that? Abraham?
Oh yeah, that's one of the funniest stories ever. He's like, "Hey, go kill your kid," and everyone's like, "Oh, really?"
Okay.
And he's like, "Yeah," and then he's about to stab him, and God's like, "All right, you proved you'll do what I say, and so good."
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I can tell you.
And
with
his son's like,
certainty, right? Not if God came to me and was like, "Kill Caleb," or I forsake you, I would be like, oh, we are not cool. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do it. I don't believe in you anymore. But I'll tell you another thing, dude. If God came to me and was like, I want you to never eat a Reese's again, I would be like, man, fuck you.
So if you believe the Bible and you're like a Christian, so you believe everyone is sinful by nature. So we're all going to sin. And we just hope God forgives us.
Yeah.
So I would say, well, if it's going to be envy and lying and gluttony.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's add I told God I wouldn't kill Dave to the list.
Right.
I really hope you forgive me for not doing that one because I just don't. Maybe things were different back in the Bronze Age, but that's just banana. Like,
it's wild.
Yeah.
It's also like this is the same part of the Bible, not the same exact part, but it's the same book of the Bible or the same testament that told you that a man can't lay with another man. It's just interesting to me priority-wise.
What if it just meant like you can have sex, but don't,
But if you do, you got to kill your son. If you have kids, you got to kill them.
See, it's over because that like murder is a sin,
right?
So, but in the Bible, so is laying with a man. So God could have, ostensibly, said, Abraham, go fuck a guy.
Wow.
And then he would go, I don't know about that one. I'll kill my son.
And he put just the tip in, and God was like, okay, you don't have to go any
proved
further.
it. You proved it. And he's like, no, God.
Nope. No, I fucking heard you. I wish that's what the Bible was. It was God being just constantly telling people to fuck men, and they're like, you sure?
Right.
And he's like, yeah, that's your test.
Just told us not to.
And but everyone's like, okay, and they act like they don't want to, but they all want to.
And I'm guessing the lesson is to believe, like to have
It's faith. It's like
right, and you gotta go, and apply it to your life. But I mean, what a weird example.
But it's a horrible, unfair test of faith. That should not be what a test of faith is.
right, and all those moms that drown their kids, I'm like, I bet they're going.
Yeah.
It's like,
a test of faith should be like, all right, this next taco should have cilantro in it. And you're like, oh, I don't want to. And then you're like, please just do it so I know that you trust me. And you're like, ugh, fine, God. And then you do it, and God can be like, wow, that was cool that you did that. I'll never make you do that again.
Right, and I just feel like so many people. That's the thing though. Like a lot of no one frustrates me more than Christians. Atheists do not frustrate me near. Like whenever an atheist is like, it doesn't seem true, I go, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem true. But Christian, their whole, I'll do all those bits about, the Christians that say fudge instead of fuck, think that God's, what do you think, he's an idiot?
Fudge. Fudge is really, fudge.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, God can't, he can hear you, but he's not paying close attention. What do you think this person is? What is wrong with you?
Fudge? I hadn't thought about fudge as a fake curse word in a long time.
Fudge.
Fudge. It's so funny. That's really funny, dude. It's really funny because, it's not heck and darn both have, an exclamatory property to them, right? You're like, darn it. At least it is an equal replacement for damn it. It feels the same. Darn it. It's not. So it's not. And the same with oh my gosh. But these all still basically sound the same. Fudge.
Fudge is
it's not
horrible.
the same as fuck. It doesn't sound the same.
It doesn't work.
And it doesn't work. Fudge. You sound stupid.
And it won't work for pain relief. If you stub your toe, you can say fudge 800 times, it'll hurt just as much. But if you say fuck, it'll feel better.
Yes.
Immediately.
That's what I'm getting at. Darn it is has the same verbal properties, and you can do something with darn, even though it still doesn't sound the same. But yeah, fudge, it's good stuff. I'm going to start trying to do it.
And K words work really good. When I stub my toe, I'll go son of a bitch and cock fuck motherfucker shit.
I'm Chris Christie. Fuck.
Yeah, Chris Christie works great.
Chris Christie's a great curse word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cock Chris Christie, cock motherfucker shit.
Yeah, totally.
But that makes it feel.
I never say Marco Rubio. I always say.
Marco Rubio doesn't work.
Yeah, Ted Cruz.
Ugh.
But there is a K there, but there's the Z at the end. I don't know.
I'll say Ted Cruz, see how it feels.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. We're going to end this episode with
Chris Christie, Ted Cruz.
Still better than fudge.
Chris Cuomo.
Who,
by the way,
wow.
We haven't recorded. We banked him, so we didn't get to celebrate with you that motherfucker got fired.
Yeah, Chris Cuomo.
What a wonderful set of 2 days that was. First, he was permanent. He was indefinitely suspended, and then less than 24 hours later, he was fired. What a glorious Thanksgiving weekend that was.
Oh, and it's
beautiful.
What do you got to do? And this is something I would like, if anyone from CNN is listening, I hope you realize you can fire more people.
Yes.
And you don't have to wait until they commit a felony.
Man, right.
You can just fire them because they're bad at their job.
My girlfriend also hates Chris Cuomo and texted me a photo of the article. And God, I wish I could bring her on right now because it was perfect. It was how I found out he got fired.
Oh,
it was
great.
A photo, a screenshot of the article, and she just wrote, "Let's get after it." Yeah, and man, I really just imagine Chris Cuomo waking up in the morning and realizing that day he's not going to get to say let's get after it.
Oh.
He's not going to get after it.
Should have got after it a little less, Chris.
Yeah, totally.
Turns out when you help a sex pest.
Did they come what exactly did he fucking do? Did it come out what he did?
Oh, he was collaborating with his
up.
brother with how to get out of this thing.
Jesus
as an active journalist, which is just the levels of wrongness there. And it's look, I get that there's family, we're Italian, family, and it's like, yeah, but
Yeah, but
either
you committed a
quit
sex
your
crime, dude.
job, or I don't know, like if family comes before your job, quit. Don't just be a horrible journalist.
I mean, not to be a fucking too plain about it, but it's also like family shouldn't come in between you and your like basic morality either. It's
Right.
like really what it is, right? It's like that's when you sit with your brother and you're like, you did something wrong, man. You did something wrong,
right.
and fucking atone for it. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I don't mean to get too
But
serious.
yeah,
but
if
like,
Dave, if you started grabbing people's faces and kissing them and just saying, I'm Italian, it'd be hard for me
yeah,
at my CNN job to be like, oh.
I feel like you would be like, well, I'm not going to do this podcast anymore.
Yeah, I'd be like, Dave, you got to stop.
Yeah.
And then the next day you're like, here's me kissing dudes too, though.
Yeah.
I grab men's faces. And I'd be like, don't show them more.
Yeah, don't. Is a
Don't.
good thing to say.
But I'm
Don't
Italian.
Do that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah, it's still, you can't be grabbing and kissing folks. Good Lord.
Chris Cuomo, though, not a good curse word. Whoa, I burped.
Chris Cuomo. Yeah, it's not good.
Hey, by the way, we got to get after it a little
Yeah, we got to get after it.
What's It Called? Rodeo is our website.
Mhm.
Patreon.com/What's It Called. We are at What's It Pod on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes.
Follow us. Tell your friends about us. Share us around. This is our favorite thing. And
Hell yeah, it is.
You're our fucking favorite people ever. We just, let's keep growing this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And look at that. I made that speech pretty quick.
That was great. And give us a
Yeah.
5-star rating if you can. Tell a friend. Send them
write
a
reviews.
link. Let them know this is funny and you want. We're trying to be, the new Rogans.
Yeah, we want to be Joe Rogan's.
Yes.
The Joe
Two
Rogan's
of us.
experience. We've been traveling a lot, and so we haven't been. But when we're back, we're going to be doing more Twitch stuff.
That's
Follow
right.
us on Twitch, twitch.tv/
Hell yeah.
What's It Called? And again, that's all on the website. Oh yeah, and our fucking Discord has been so much fun.
Yes.
We do like
Join that
renaming shit
Discord.
in there.
It's the best social media.
There's I don't know. I believe there's a link to it on the website, but if there's not, there's an open invite at discord.whatsitcalled.rodeo. Yeah, and we put out bonus episodes every week on our Patreon, patreon.com/whatsitcalled. When you sign up, you get a shout out on the show. We have a bunch of new
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man,
Patrons
we got
right
a
now.
few. Nice.
with some names that Caleb's going to love. I'm going to start
Ooh.
strong. Shout out to Thomas Wisdom.
Tom Wisdom?
Yeah.
I think I know you, Tom.
Oh, really?
I love you, Tom Wisdom.
I mean, what's great, too, is that a lot of these
Unless there's another
names
Tom
we
Wisdom.
know because it tends to be like you see people like suggesting names on Twitter
Right.
or in the Discord or something, and then later you'll see them sign up. And so, yeah, that's the reason to follow us on Twitter and Instagram if you want to jump in and suggest names when we announce what we're renaming that week. We read our favorites of yours on the show every week.
Hell
So,
yeah.
Thomas
Tom
Wisdom, shout out
love
to
you,
you.
buddy.
Shout out to Joshua Brayton.
Joshua Brayton.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Shout out to Jorge Sanchez Diaz. Damn.
Whoa.
That's a solid name, dude.
Wow. You
Yeah.
didn't fuck around with that name.
Shout out to Shelly Kim. What's
Shelly
up,
Kim. Hell
And
yeah,
shout out
Shelly
to-
Kim.
This is someone I know well. I've been talked to you online and seen you in my Discord and my other Patreon, and they're so cool. Shout out to Devin Koch.
Devin Coke.
You know them. They're Tess Snorker at Tess Snorker.
Oh, hell
online.
yeah. Devin, you're the best. Thanks for hopping in there.
Yeah, thank you all so much for joining. We're happy to have you
Yeah,
here.
and we have the best Patreon in the whole podcast
the
game. So join if you
fucking
want to
world,
support
dude.
us and give us hot LaCroix money.
And and here's a new thing that started happening. That man, shout out to another fan of ours at Darth Plato.
Yeah.
Andrew, what's up, dude? He's so funny and has similarly to Devin, I've seen in my social medias for a long time now. It's so dope. He edited the Mountain Dew Wikipedia page
Hell yeah, dude.
to include that we talked about Mountain Dew on the podcast. And look, I don't want to. I don't like to ask things of people because I don't want it to be like that. I don't want to I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't like swinging my dick around as a creator. I don't want to make demands. We're all here having fun, dude.
We
So
are.
fucking whatever you want to do it. But God damn it, if we could just if we could be in the Wikipedia page of everything we rename, I would love that.
Oh,
if you
want
to do that,
let's try.
I love you.
I love
that
you
is,
too.
Because first, it's a few things. One, it's just cool. It means we're like out there in the world, involved in this thing that we're renaming. Also, it like literally helps promote the show.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know. It's just, I guess, badass.
Yeah,
It's,
and since Wikipedia came out, this has been a goal of mine, and I think it's so fun. One
Yeah.
time when I was when Wikipedia came out, I changed George. I just took the W out of George W. Bush's name on
Yes.
his Wikipedia.
Oh,
Stayed
man.
up for a while,
That's great.
and I got banned. But we would love some help. We'd love. You can make us a Wikipedia page if you want, but adding
Ooh.
us to the I think it's
Oh,
super
man.
funny. And you go to our social media, you'll find the one we reposted.
Man,
So much
again,
fun.
it's hard to ask for, but if you
So
want to
much
do
fun.
that,
Yeah.
fuck, man, that's so cool.
We're having a good time.
Did you notice that I just said it's cool and it's badass?
Hey, that's our that's
It's cool
We don't
and-
do anything that's not cool, badass.
We're renaming fucking Folgers this week, dude.
That's right.
It's too bad we didn't start recording 2 minutes before we did, because I said a fact and Caleb said something so funny, which is true. Since the early 1990s, Folgers has been the best-selling ground coffee in the United States. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Insane.
And then Caleb said, yeah, well, we also have the most people in prison in the world.
That's true. That is
So-
also true.
We have the best Folgers, the official coffee of jail.
Yes.
And it's got...
If you're in jail, I bet you're drinking a hot cup of Folgers right now.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the best part of waking up if you're in jail, maybe.
Wait, so listen to this, dude. I'm also getting a kick out of learning where these names come from lately.
Yeah.
I love it. J.A. Folger and Co. were established in 1850 as William H. Bovee and Co. The precursor of the
Bovee.
Folger Coffee Company was founded in 1850 in San Francisco, California, your favorite place, as the Pioneer Steam Coffee and Spice Mills. The founding owner, William H. Bovee, B-O-V-E-E, saw an opportunity to produce roasted and ground coffee ready for brewing. Before that, Californians had to purchase green coffee beans and roast and grind them on their own. What? Whoa.
Roast them on their own?
Wait a minute.
I didn't know they came green.
Folgers invented roasting coffee for you.
What?
That's crazy.
Oh, and I bet there are people who are like, these kids don't even want to roast their own coffee
Yeah.
anymore. I'll roast my bean.
Back when I went to school in a shack in the snow.
Also, if you have time to roast your own beans, I don't think you're sleepy.
Yeah.
How many hours are in your day?
Whoa, listen to this. Oh shit, this is capitalism at its mostest, dude.
Oh hell yeah!
To help build his mill, William Bovee hired James Athern Folger as a carpenter.
What? He's the carpenter?
He's the carpenter.
Well, it's better than Bovee coffee. I'll tell you that.
Folger had arrived from Nantucket Island at the age of 15.
He came from Nantucket?
Yeah.
There was a man from Nantucket.
With his two older brothers during the California Gold Rush. In the 1850s, kerosene began to offer a cheaper alternative to whale oil, which had been Nantucket's lifeblood, resulting in the repurposing of many of its ships to bring coffee from South America to San Francisco. After working at Bovee's mill for nearly a year, Folger had saved enough money to stake a claim in the company and headed out to mine for gold. He agreed to carry along samples of coffee and spices, taking orders from grocery stores along the way. Upon his return to San Francisco in 1865, Folger became a full partner of the Pioneer Steam Coffee and Spice Mills. In 1872, he bought out the other partners and renamed the company to J.A. Folger & Co.
Wow.
This
He
is
went
like-
to mine gold.
Folger was the first Bezos.
Wow.
He was like the first hardworking swindler to do nothing and steal everyone else's money.
unbelievable. Dude, can you imagine if you were like, man, it's a tough month. I'm going to go mine gold. Like, that used to be an option. And then it worked. He went and got gold.
Wow. Under the mid-20th century leadership of Peter Folger, the brand became one of the principal coffee concerns in North America, the world's largest coffee market. We drink more coffee than the rest of the world.
Well, we better.
And then Procter & Gamble bought it. God damn.
We don't get to the moon on tea. Let me tell you that,
The
Dave.
story of Folgers is the story of just fucking blood and tears, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's just, and then
At
you're,
every step of the way, they did the most corporate thing.
and all that for some bad coffee.
The worst coffee. The first coffee to ever mass roast it sucks.
And I drank 2 cups of it this morning. It's not good. I drink it every day.
We have it here in the office.
That's right.
Because we went to the store and it was the
It was
only
there.
shit they had.
Folgers. It's what we have.
And then later
what's
we
here.
bought another type of coffee because I didn't want to drink that absolute shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Folgers. For
Shit.
when you're out of the other kind you have.
yeah, Folgers. It's at the store.
The laundry day of drinks.
Wow. It is literally the bottom of the barrel.
Yes. It is the bottom.
You want to read your names first?
I think I got 9. All right, here we go.
All right.
Folgers names. Oh no, I'm alive.
Yes. Exactly.
Dad's new apartment.
Okay.
We just got divorced. Dad's going to stock up on Folgers in that new place. Mattress on the floor. Instant coffee, but slow.
Yeah. Wow.
Cup of dirt.
Yes.
It's a cup with dirt in it.
The best part of waking dirt is dirt in your cup.
Drink us and wipe your ass before you shit.
Wow. Which one's the shit? Folgers.
All right. Awake and pour.
Okay.
And then my last one is better than death by a little.
Yeah, nice.
That's always
dude.
what I think when I'm making a pot of Folgers.
I'm like, wow. It's a, yeah.
Hey, better than death.
It's a real 601 situation with dying today. And, okay, I got two groups of names. The first one is names just that I think would be better versions of how Folgers sounds. The sound of Folgers
yes.
as a name, Folgers as a specific sound, and I have some alternatives for that. Garbles,
Garbles.
Gob Gob, Jobjins, Blodgels, Gonklums, Dodge Durango,
Goglums is nice.
Job of the Hutt, Lieutenant Dangle, Jumanji, and Boggle.
What was that one like halfway? That was a good one in there that I think is actually,
Gonklums,
that was like a nice soft
Blodgel.
chewy name. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. Fudge.
Fudge.
Oh, Fudge. Would
Drink
be a good
some
name.
Fudge.
All right, now here are my real actual names
Hell
for Folgers. The Ground. Horse Coffee. I wrote down horse coffee. It really made me laugh. Morning Mulch.
Morning Mall. I love it.
I Believe in Sod. Home Depot the Drink. Diarrhea, 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 diarrhea.
It does taste like Home Depot
Yeah,
smells.
totally.
And I never
Yeah.
made that connection. Wow.
Water under construction. Coffee genuine draft.
Oh, yes.
Chopped up shoes. Yellow brown stuff. Bottom of the morning to you.
Oh, dude. Yes.
The wrong side of the bed.
That's not a bad name for a coffee company.
The wrong
honestly.
side of the bed.
Honestly, yeah.
That's true. Yeah. The outside of a volleyball. What I imagine a DVD tastes like. Chocolate, but it sucks. Mr. Coffee, if Mrs. Coffee is scared.
Dude.
Yeah.
You went in on these.
Yeah, that felt good, man. Those felt good.
Dude, hell yeah. Give it up for Folgers, everybody. I hope we got. I know we got some good suggestions.
Oh, I know.
My notifications were going crazy,
Going
and I
crazy.
haven't seen them yet. I always like to save them
Totally.
for the reading, but I'm very excited. Hopefully, we get some. Hotties in here.
I love hotties, dude.
Hot Folgers hotties. All right, what's it, pod? What's the name
First
of our
one
podcast?
at Demirest. Chock full of dirt.
Oh, hell yeah.
That might win, dude. I've always thought it was crazy that there's a coffee called Chock full of nuts.
Yeah,
It's like
what
an
the
actual
hell?
professional brand with a logo and shit.
Chock full of nuts.
Why is that? Why is that
man.
anything?
I like so many of these.
Dude, this is a really fun one, dude. Folgers. This is great.
All right, I'm going to start from the bottom.
At Junior, Jacob Royer says palpitation sauce. Oh, dude, this is also mug mud.
Mug mud.
Damn.
That's not a bad. That's a very good name for a coffee mug.
At Darth Plato says bruise in your gut, not in your mug. That's great.
All right, so Tim Allenoy's did a bunch. I like Runny Brown Mess.
Yeah.
Shit starter.
Dude, this one at the Coblin bean soup. That's a really good one,
Bean
dude.
soup is great.
Yeah.
I like this one. Tim Allenoy said Warner Brothers presents coffee.
Oh wow. I was trying to think of a
Isn't
corporate
that funny?
America one.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's coffee, but McDonald's has coffee. Couldn't think of one. At Carbon Cesspool says butt kerosene. I can't believe it's coffee. Oh wow. Yeah, these are all Carbon Cesspool. Crevice. And percolator hatred. Those are all good, man.
Hot Gandalf 69 said mom cocaine.
Yeah. A group of dads says ass.
Ooh, Philharmonic said fuck. It's the letters one. Fuck omelets. Let's get eggs regular style.
Ah,
It really works.
that's great, dude. These are like
So many good ones.
There's always like a bunch that are good, but these are particularly fucking good, man. At Loki Hates You, water pollution. That's so clever.
Ooh, I like at It's Not Funny said hot dirt. Hot dirt is great.
It's great. Jenny Jennings, funny comedian. Your girlfriend.
That is my girlfriend.
Said dad's bucket of shit. I think that might win, dude. That's so funny, dude.
Oh man.
Wow. That is so funny.
Dad's bucket of shit.
I'm like, wow. That got me so hard. Oh
I
man.
like bucket too, because buckets are already dirty.
Yes.
You know, there's no such thing as a clean bucket.
Why is it these mass-produced coffees are like? Why do they come in buckets? Maxwell House and Folgers are the only not only coffees but things that are food that come in buckets.
Right, like we're a horse.
Yeah,
Like we
totally.
graze. Here's your bucket of coffee.
There's so many other things that you buy a shitload of that doesn't come in a bucket. Like bucket of rice. It's like
Right.
not a thing. And you would be
Right.
like, that's weird. Bucket of beans.
Yeah, it's like, oh, where's the coffee? It's right next to the detergent.
Right. Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah. Where's your coffee and wood aisle?
Yeah, it's like we're still buying it like it's the 1800s.
Yeah.
Hey, is it next to the feed? I need some feed
It's
and
at the
flour.
plant store.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could just roast your fucking own beans because people used to do that 100 years
I
ago.
can't believe coffee comes green. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
You know what's funny is I've always actually wanted to do part of my life, like figure out how to be DIY, you know, do it my own, maybe brew my own beer. But brewing your own beer, there's so many people that are so good at it, and you don't have to buy from corporations. You can just,
Right.
I don't want to, is my thing. I don't want to put a fucking, pour vegetables in a bucket and put a tube in it and wait a week. I don't want to.
Well, we could do it. We could just leave it in the office.
Is
Leave it
that
right next to
was
our
that
chair.
accurate how you make beer? By the way,
I have no idea. I've never made.
I feel
no
like you
beer.
put Reynolds wrap over a bucket with a bunch of vegetables in it, and then you just leave it in the sun.
Yeah, like a witch.
No, but coffee, if you can roast your own beans, I want to learn how to make my own coffee. That'd
Let's
be
make
tight.
Dave and Caleb's coffee. We'll
Yeah.
call it Dad's Bucket of Shit.
Absolutely. Let's call it Dad's Bucket of Shit. That's great. That'd be
that's
great
fun.
merch. Dave Ross. I would actually just call it Dave Ross Coffee.
Dave
And I'll
Ross
put my
Coffee.
face on it, flipping you off. And I'm wearing a shirt that says "Eat shit." Dave Ross Coffee.
Eat shit.
Eat shit. Eat shit morning blend. And then there's of course the fuck off dark roast.
Yeah.
No, that's not. But eat shit morning blend is good.
Eat shit morning blend.
What would
and
the dark
fuck
roast?
off night blend.
Fuck off night blend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Night coffee.
Night coffee.
Dave Ross night coffee.
For when we're sad.
Yeah, totally. It's half calf, but it'll still fuck you up. For when it's sad. When you want a coffee, you want to wake up a little because you want to stay up and think about how fucking sad you are. And yeah,
Eat shit coffee.
emo baby noon coffee. And I'm crying on the front.
Oh, really?
And,
We should. Let's start a coffee merch. That would be good.
Damn, dude. I'm sorry. I got to call it. I think Jenny wins.
All right. Jenny's the winner. You get the Ricky shit, Jenny.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's your Christmas present.
We should read a few more, though. At Gerard Wayne Gacy says, meth for grandparents. At Reagan's Corpse says, forget about it.
Oh, I like forget about it.
Forget about it. At Of the Garza, Ryan De La Garza, funny comedian in Omaha, said, grounds for incest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, there are a lot, dude. Hell yeah, man. Winslow Dumaine said, call it Power Brown.
Power Brown. I like Power Brown.
Damn. And also, yeah, I see that one. Alice at It's Not Funny said, hot dirt. God, that's so good. That's just good.
I like hot dirt.
Hell yeah, dude. Okay, well, last one I'm going to say. One more at Gerard Wayne Gacy. Smelly bean dirt. Smelly bean dirt
Smelly bean dirt.
really makes me laugh.
So many of these should be shirts. I know it's impossible to have this many shirts.
Yeah.
But, man, please make
Smelly
us a
bean
shirt,
dirt.
somebody.
Hey, thank y'all so much
We love
for
you.
jumping in and suggesting names. We're at What's It Pod if you want to join. And thanks for listening to the show. We love you so much.
We love you. Good night. Smelly bean dirt.
Bye.
What's it called? What's it called?